Hello, my friends. This is Rudy. If this is your first time here, I am a YouTube gaming content creator. So if you want to learn more about how to grow your influence and your audience on YouTube, then subscribe to go ahead and stay up to date. Back in 2017, I created a YouTube channel with one of my best friends, and little did we know what exactly it was that we were doing. Essentially, we tried to go ahead and mimic larger YouTube channels, trying to figure out what it was that we needed to do in order to actually excel and grow on YouTube. We quickly realized that what they were doing for their audience was completely different than what we were doing for our audience. We hadn't created an audience, and what vibed for their audience didn't necessarily vibe for us. But there were a couple of things that we figured out that actually helped propel our channel forward, and these are the 7 things that I wish I knew when I started my YouTube channel. First and foremost, before you even think about what type of content to create, you should see if people are searching for that content. YouTube search is one of the easiest ways for a new YouTube channel to get up there, get views, and gain a lot of traction. If you don't know how to do this, I highly recommend going to Google Trends or literally going to the YouTube search bar and seeing what people are searching for. If you don't know what a keyword is, that's okay, that's fine. A keyword is essentially a topic or a specific thing that people search for. Mario could be a keyword. A keyword phrase would be Mario's next game. And when you go ahead and put that into the search bar, different things will pop up, and this will go ahead and help guide to you what it is that people are searching for, or at least what YouTube thinks people are searching for. After that, if you want to go ahead and go deeper, or if you want a third-party option, I always recommend Answer the Public. Answer the Public is a phenomenal free tool that's out there. I think you get 3 search queries. After that, you essentially have to wait 24 hours before you can do another 3 search queries. But the cool thing is that if you put Mario in, you will go ahead and see the who, the what, the where, the when, the why, and all sorts of variations of search queries that people put up. Once you have your keyword research done and you know more or less how you're going to flesh things out with your keywords, you can go ahead and put these in your description. After the video is said and done, you put these words in your description, and that way YouTube will know more or less what the context is of your video and what keywords to put in correlation with search terms. I know that this sounds kind of crazy, but guys, trust me, it works. People will go ahead and start searching for these things, and your video will pop up in search. I can almost guarantee it, because that's just how YouTube works. It's a search engine, guys. One thing to remember is that once you have your description filled out, you should save some of these keywords to put in your title. Once the title is set up, you can go ahead and divide it up into 2 categories. Essentially, you have the human factor, which is what people will go ahead and see and what will entice them to click on whatever video it is that you do. And then the latter half will be specifically geared towards the search terms that Google is ranking specific videos for. Now, when you have your description and you have your title said and done, the next thing to focus on is your thumbnail. We are visual people, and when we see something that entices us, not clickbait, but something that entices us to click on a video, we're more likely to do so. A couple of things to keep in mind when it comes to thumbnails. You want to be able to go ahead and tell the story, tell exactly what it is that your video is going to be before it actually is even seen by the viewer. For example, if I'm going to have a picture of Mario in there, it would probably go ahead and correlate to the viewer that, hey, this video is probably about Mario. And then the title will go ahead and work in unison with the video thumbnail. Things like that are things that you should keep in mind whenever you're starting to pair a thumbnail with a title and description. Now, one thing that you have to keep in mind when you're designing your thumbnail is the color of things. Color theory is very important, and I think that it's something that you should do research on in order to see what colors people naturally gravitate towards. Reds, yellows, lighter colors that honestly pop out on the homepage and recommended feed. These are the types of colors that will naturally draw the eye of people and will go ahead and entice people to actually click on your videos and see your content. Remember, guys, without clicks, you're not going to get any views, and you're not going to go ahead and get any sort of impressions, and YouTube will not like your video. If you don't have the time to learn Photoshop, or you don't necessarily want to learn Photoshop, I would always recommend Canva. Canva is a great platform to start to learn how to design thumbnails and get something that looks professional before moving forward and spending more time on learning how to hone your thumbnail style altogether. Once you get your videos up and they start ranking and you start getting more and more views, one thing that I will go ahead and say is that watch time and audience retention are 2 different things. They are somewhat unified on things, but they're not created equally. YouTube, above all else, prefers watch time. They want people to be on their platform as long as possible so that they can be served ads as much as possible. When it comes to audience retention, yes, you want somebody to go ahead and say, hey, listen, my video has X amount of percentage, and that's great. But overall, the longer that they watch your content, the longer that they're on the platform, the better that YouTube likes your video. If you haven't started already, I highly recommend affiliate marketing. For a lot of people that are starting out on YouTube, you don't necessarily meet the criteria for being part of the YouTube partner program. That being said, you should definitely go ahead and consider affiliate marketing through a third-party company. Amazon, Skillshare, all of these platforms are very, very popular, and they're popular for a reason. Another thing to take into account is that as you go ahead and get more affiliate traffic going on, you will receive residual income as your channel grows. The more that it grows, the more money you make on the side, and in turn, eventually that affiliate marketing money will outpace the YouTube Partner Program ad revenue. By the way, this video is sponsored by TubeBuddy. If you don't know what TubeBuddy is, it is a phenomenal tool that you can go ahead and use to grow your channel and accelerate the understanding and learning of your audience, as well as what performs well on YouTube. If you want to go ahead and start, go to tubebuddy.com/gamingcreative to go ahead and start today. Once everything's said and done and you have everything running on your channel, I will say that views are much more important than subscribers. I know that a lot of people see subscribers as this metric of, oh man, they must be extremely successful. But at the end of the day, views are really what matters. Views are what pays you. Views are what brings in people. Once you meet the criteria for being part of the YouTube Partner Program, you don't really necessarily have anything else to worry about. All you have to focus on are views. And the more views you get, the more money you make. Anyways, guys, I hope that you found something of value in this video. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments below. Like, subscribe to go ahead and stay up to date with growing your influence and your audience on YouTube. Until next time, guys, deuces.